Okay, so looks as though we're streaming again. We're getting ready for night to fall and the clouds to clear, hopefully. And I'm going to show you a couple of things here. You just have a look here. Let's have a look here. Sure, this is set up here. Looks good. So maybe there's a problem here. Yes, so we're live streaming on my YouTube channel, which is called nervenerd, all one word. Night to fall and the clouds to clear, hopefully. So obviously we're not able to show you anything on the telescope yet, but I just wanted to show you the setup that we're hoping to use, and how the only thing I need to do is to start with, there's going to be a main window which will show you the output of the telescope camera and hopefully Jupiter and Saturn here in this panel here, where it's buffering at the moment, and then there are 4 other smaller panels over here. Obviously the top one is just video feed of me. The next one is a video feed from outside. As you can see, snow, it's dripping because of melting ice. And the telescope is covered in a black plastic sheet because of rain and snow. So very unfavorable conditions. You can see the ocean is barely distinguishable from the sky, grey and grey. So very bad conditions. Then the next window here shows a website called stellarium.org, and in particular it shows the predictions of what the night sky is going to look like at various times. I think I set it to be roughly around 6 o'clock. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. I have to go back to the Safari window because I think I have this. There we go. So hopefully this is showing up here, and what you can see is actually it's prediction. This is what it's going to look like at 6 minutes past 6. We just had a technical problem on the other computer here, so that's okay. So this is the west. This is not the actual horizon that we see in Baiting Hollow. If we were to look west, we would see Oldfield Point here. We would start to see Long Island here. We would see Long Island Sound here, okay? And at 6 minutes past 6 or 7 minutes past 6, we would see a crescent moon. We would see Jupiter very low in the horizon, and also, I don't know whether this will work, we should be able to see Saturn too, but I have to zoom in here, and because Jupiter and Saturn are very, very close, Now 6 o'clock is when it gets truly dark, but unfortunately, of course, the planets will be very low. Jupiter and Saturn will be very low. Now I'm trying to expand this. Because normally you'll be able to see Saturn on a stellarium website, but unfortunately I can't. Have difficulty expanding it enough here. Running all these things together on my little computer is a little bit problematic. Everything gets very slow, so I don't seem to be able to expand any more out here. I'm not quite sure why. I don't understand why I can't see Saturn here. And of course, this is the whole reason why I'm practicing this, because this is something I would like to do. Alright, we'll make it smaller again. I don't want the moon here, so we'll just have to go back to here. Get rid of this here. Okay. And but anyway, you see the general setup, and you can actually also see Mars much closer to the zenith, which when we're up here. Okay. So you can see one of the problems is that Jupiter's very low on the horizon. Now, what I can do is to roll the time back, and we'll go back to, well, let's go back now to the current time, which is 3:36. So it's just a little bit further forward here. There we go. So you can see where the moon is and where the sun is setting. Okay, so Jupiter is going to is right there. Okay, a little bit drowned out by the sunlight. So what we're waiting for is we want it to be dark, but we want Jupiter too low. It looks as though there will be a window. If I go down here and you look at the contrast, you see there around 20 past 5, Jupiter is reasonably high, and yet and there's still a little bit of light left, but it won't interfere with seeing Jupiter there. Okay, so now let's try again to expand here. But for some reason, normally without the other programs running, I could expand this very nicely, but I just don't seem to be able to do it here. Okay. But I know that Saturn is lurking in there very close, okay? Which is the whole point. That's what the Great Conjunction means, that Jupiter and Saturn are blending together here. Okay, so let's go back now. I'll close and okay, and we'll put that window aside, and then we'll go back. And so we've covered this picture, and this picture, and then the last one is simply my telescope control panel, so that I can use this to adjust the position of the, and I may need to do that during the live stream. Okay. Now, I'm now going to bring into activity the ASICAP program, which is the program from the camera. And I'm going to fill the screen like that, which is the way that I probably will have it most of the time, so that it keeps, this is what we're really interested in, is what we can see on the telescope. And but of course at the moment the telescope is covered with a black plastic bag, so you can't actually see anything at all. But what I want to see, what we should be able to see here, and I haven't quite figured out why I'm having this difficulty here. Let's go back to here. Try Mac. We should be able to get the other panel up here. What's that there? OBS. No. First, so now maybe it's because the camera is not running. So let's turn the camera on. Yes, that's correct. The camera actually has to be, even though it can't see anything, it has to be turned on in order to access this panel here. And then when I go back to there, that looks good. And then hopefully over here we have a control panel which allows me to do, I think, not much, because these I'm not using, but I can switch between black and white color. I can put a crosshair in there, which is quite useful for centering, and I can increase the magnification here or decrease it like that, or increase it, decrease it. But at first we'll always be using the low. So anyway, we're more or less set up, hoping for a little bit of clearing. Okay, I don't know why this didn't come on like that, so that's good there. Screen like that, which is the way that I probably will have it most of the time, so that it keeps, this is what we're really interested in, is what we can see on the telescope. And but of course at the moment the telescope is covered with a black plastic bag, so you can't actually see anything at all. But what I want to see So we're live streaming from Baiting Hollow and trying to set things up for the great conjunction here, and we'll just have to see how it goes. So what I want to do now is to go back to here and here. There we go. Okay, so we'll wait to see how long that takes to show up on the live feed here. 3:51. So we're live streaming from Baiting Hollow, and at least a minute before it shows up. So now we'll move Stellarium back to the time which is good. So we'll go back to here. Don't know why it does that.